Yo, what is up, UFC fight fans from around the world, and welcome back to yet another UFC weekly video. And in this one, we're going to be going over UFC 329, our thought, our pick records, what is next for certain fighters, and along with Fight Night DDP versus Usman. So let's get right into it. For my pick record, I went 5-8 on the total picks of UFC 329. A lot of crazy things happened. Let's go over some of the highlights. For first, we got Luke Riley KO. Luke Riley coming off a big, good KO in the first round against Kai Kamaka, along with Gable Stevenson's debut, which looked pretty spectacular for being a debut. Went in there, went straight to doing some work. He says he didn't take a shot, took half a shot, put some good work with those knees and uppercuts and got the finish. We also got Robert Whittaker looking really good at light heavyweight. A lot of people were questioning his cardio and he looked a little huffy puffy, but I do think he did amazing and got the job finished. Next was Bobby Green or King Green and Brandon Royval's upsets, which a lot of people did not think were gonna win at all, including myself. I thought they were gonna lose. Sport just proves to show that there's no right answer. The other thing to point out was Paddy the Baddy's walkout was amazing watching live. What a great performance from him. He deserves that performance of the night. BSD shoots. We don't know why. We knew what was going to happen if he shot. Paddy Pimblett pulling off this crazy submission, and the reaction of everybody live was just insane. Jaw-dropping, if you would say. Yeah, what a crazy finish to Paddy the Baddy. What more could you want from him, especially being considered a lot of people's main event of the night? So let's get into the main event. I mean, who would have thought? Me, because 3 weeks ago I had a dream of Conor McGregor getting injured in the fight. I just didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want anyone to know. I didn't want to put it out there into the air. I witnessed my nightmare come true. Not what I was expecting. I was amped to see Conor McGregor walk out and weigh in and at the press conference and all that, and saw the walkout and thought nothing of it. I was more scared and more mentally preparing myself for him getting knocked out, you know, what a lot of people thought we were going to see. And yeah, we got something completely opposite of that. Him throwing flying switch kick. Looked good in the warm-up. For you to jump that far, it was at least like 6-7 feet from where he was to almost hitting Max. And Max said, oh, it looks slow. Max was like this close to getting hit by it. Oh my God. Not the way anyone expected it to be. And a lot of people were saying, oh, well, he was already hurt. He went to the doctors before that. We don't know. We don't know until Conor fully comes out and says this is exactly what happened. People are making a lot of crazy takes and a lot of statements, which I don't think is right on their part. A lot of people switching up on Conor now, saying I'll never buy into that ever again. Had a lot of people come up to me, or not come up to me, a lot of people text me saying, yo, what the fuck? You know, you're the first person I thought of when this happened. Yeah, my phone was blowing up. I am that Conor McGregor fan through and through. As a fan, I am not disappointed, not mad that I went, not mad that I spent my money. This is the name of the game of UFC. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know the outcome. You don't know who's going to win. We saw that with UFC 250. We saw this with other fights. We saw with this fight being a freak accident. You know, none of us thought, you know, it's the other leg. I'm still going to be a Conor fan through and through. People can talk the shit that they want to talk about. I could care less. It is what it is, as Max Holloway's favorite quote. Besides, we'll see on Saturday night, guys. Who would have thought any of this would happen? A lot of people thought it was rigged. I don't care what people say. The UFC will never be rigged. It'll never be anything like that. Dana's sure of it. I'm pretty sure every fighter goes in with an injury. There's nothing you can do. I've talked to other fighters after the fight. Yeah, you just never know. You'll never truly understand until you trained or you've fought before. You'll never truly understand unless you're that fighter making that walk, prepping for that fight, and being there after whatever outcome happens, where you can get your head busted open, you could break a leg, you could put on the seat, as people say, and they'll never be satisfied. You'll never be satisfied as a UFC fan, no matter what the outcome is, whether you're a casual or a diehard. This sport is just truly known for being the unknown. No matter what takes you have about that fighter, you don't know their true intentions until they fully come out and say it. And I'll leave it at that. I feel really bad for Conor. I feel bad for the fans who were disappointed with the outcome. I wasn't necessarily disappointed. We'll see what happens. I wrote down what should be next for Paddy. Paddy can either get who he wants of the litter. He can get Ilya, he can get Charles, he can get Justin. The UFC can give him whatever he wants. He even said in the post-interview fight that Dana has 3 people lined up for him. What's next for Max? Shoot, him and Patty should have fought right then and there. Took no damage. Should have just gone out and fought for fun. That would have been pretty sick. For Max, I mean, who do you give him, right? Like, he says he wants to take a year off and he wants to spend time with his family, which I don't blame him. I mean, he's probably took a lot of time off. Shit, he can make a move at welterweight too if he wants to. I mean, they're all intertwined. Like I said before, they're gonna have to sit down and really think about what they want to do with their fighters, especially in the lightweight. And if not, Max can go up to 170 again and wait Conor out. Shit, he can wait for anyone else out at 170 if he wants to. He says he wants to run it back with Conor, but we all know that's a money grab. Next for Conor, oh God, is this the end? Is this the end? He says he wants to go all the way to his next fight. Maybe the UFC cuts him a corner and see how far his injury is and how long it's gonna take him out, and either renew his contract or have him wait out till next year, which is something I don't want to see. And I think that's what a lot bad for Conor is obstacles he's had to go through with the UFC, like having to wait longer. You saw to keep drug testing him. Like, just let the man fight, man. Conor does have one more fight, and see what happens, how bad his injury is, what he says, and Godspeed. Still be a Conor fan through and through. I'll probably still go watch the fight next year too. If he gets hurt again or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna fucking go. And last but not least, we're gonna be going over a quick couple of fights for this upcoming fight night for DDP versus Kamaru Usman. We're gonna start from Tabitha Ricci up, just because, you know, she's the feature prelim, and there's only 4 fights on the main card. Tabitha Ricci, I think, is coming off a win. A loss. Yeah, coming off a loss. Oh yeah, she did lose. And she's fighting Fatima Klein. I'm gonna have to pick. I'm a Baby Shark fan. Tabitha Ricci. I'm just gonna go with Tabitha Ricci. And let's see what happens, because we'll never know. Tommy McKillen and Alberto Montes. Tommy McKillen being Sugar Sean's boy. Let's see what happens. It's a really, holy shit, the odds are really close. 115 to 105. Could go either way. They're both coming off a win. Damn, that's a dogfight. 10-0 versus 12-1. Let's go with Tommy McKillen. See how good he's been training with Sugar Sean. Chase Hooper coming off a loss, I think. Yeah, and Mitch Ramirez coming off a loss too. They both need to bounce back on this fight. Dang, having Chase Hooper being doubted. We're gonna pick Mitch Ramirez just to see what happens. Jared Cannonier and Christian Leroy Duncan. Jared Cannonier, I think he's already, he's been fighting forever, man. Let's go with Christian Leroy. And for the main event, Dricus du Plessis versus Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman has to prove it here. I think this is his last fight to either distinguish whether he retires or not. If he puts up a good performance, he can put his name back into the title contention. But Dricus, I think Dricus, if you throw a couple of leg kicks, don't get taken down like you did against Chimaev, but could probably win that. I'm gonna pick DDP to win. Not a fan of Usman, never been a fan. So we'll see what happens. Never would I thought seeing Conor McGregor live in person would be like that. But as a fan, through and through, since what, 2014, 2015, I think it is McGregor forever. So until then, we'll see you guys in the next video, and let me know how you guys did in this week's fight predictions. We'll see you soon.